Hello and welcome to Cooking Time. I'm David Martone, Executive Chef at Classic Time Cooking School in Westfield, New Jersey. I'm filming today with Cynthia Kowalczyk. Cynthia's had a long history here in Westfield. She was the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. She was involved at the very beginning of the formation of the Downtown Westfield Corporation, which is a management agency that takes care of the downtown. And we're going to make a whole bunch of stuff. Cynthia, I hope we can get done with it today.
I hope
Cynthia
so.
actually has a background with a degree in home economics from Cornell.
Right.
So she's very versed in what we're going to do, and we're going to see if we can get her all busy here. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff like holiday, Thanksgiving kind of stuff, and I've even got my makeshift turkey. We're going to roast this little guy and pretend it's a turkey just so we can have a finish to our side dishes. So Cynthia, I'm going to have you working on two different things. Sausage and chestnut stuffing. I've got a hand mitt there in case things get hot, and a pistachio rice pilaf. So we're going to get going pretty crazy, doing a couple things at the same time. We'll put a little olive oil. I'm using regular olive oil, never extra virgin for sauteing. I'll kick our heat up a little bit. In this first dish, I'm just going to put some sausage meat, and I'll give you a spoon, and what you can do is to just break that up and get that all cooking. There's your mitt in case that handle gets hot.
Okay.
Then I'm going to chop up a bunch of, actually while you're doing that, I'll chop up the stuff for the pistachio rice pilaf. So we're doing some sausage chestnut stuffing. Cynthia's going to get our sausage all cooking. I'm going to get the carrot, celery, and onion ready for the pistachio rice pilaf. You want to just peel the onion and get that all chopped up. I hope I don't make you cry here, Cynthia. You see me leaning back. If you see me leaning back, it's because I'm throwing everything into the garbage, which is behind me, so we don't have to have our mess in front of us here. Peeling onions are a little bit tricky, and there's all kinds of different techniques. What I like to do is slice just 1/4 inch all the way across, and then I just slice the opposite direction, and because of the webbing of the onion, it all simply falls apart in there. I'm going to reach over you and throw that in this one.
Okay.
You're going to be double-handed here.
Great.
You're going to have two pots going at the same time. I always tell people this is like a balancing act. So I've got some onion left for the other dish. We're going to get some celery. Cut that up. So we're doing a combination of two dishes, but we're using the same, what we call a mirepoix. Mirepoix is like the holy trio of aromatic vegetables that we put in soups and sauces and all kinds of wonderful things like stuffing and pilaf.
Sounds good.
So that's for the first one. Second one, we're going to do the same items, but I'll recut those. Now just a little bit of carrot. Once I cut this carrot, I'm just going to chop it a little bit finer. So we don't have any pieces that are too big. Then I have to get that little Cornish hen in the oven to try and get that roasting in enough time. Okay. Now we're getting close. Drop my towel. We're getting close with the sausage cooking there. So we'll chop up the same aromatic trio, our mirepoix, with the onion.
Mirepoix?
Mirepoix.
Oh.
Mirepoix, French term. And it's relative to the items and the way we're cutting them up for this dish. Anytime you hear somebody say a mirepoix, you know it'll be celery, onion, and carrot.
Okay.
You can have also some shallot in it, a little bit of leek, but the basic is celery, onion, and carrot. And a little bit of carrot for this one. So Cynthia, you come to us by way of our councilwoman, Vicki Kimmons, who had phoned me up and said that there was a benefit going on for Will Kaler,
Right.
who I understand has osteosarcosis, I believe, or sarcoma. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. But a lot of wonderful volunteerism going on, as usual in Westfield. You know, we're a town built on volunteers. and she asked me if I would consider having somebody on my show. And so you were the winner, and here we are. And welcome.
Thank you. It's fun.
And thank you for participating in the Will Taylor event. Okay, so as that's going, I'm going to now get a little bit of fresh thyme. I want to get my little beauty of a bird into the oven. I'm going to take a little bit of fresh thyme here, right off the stem, and I'm going to mix it up with some butter and a little salt and pepper. And I'm going to coat this little beauty both under the skin and on top with this buttery mixture. So that'll be fine. Put that thyme right in with our butter. A little bit of salt. And I would do the same thing that I'm doing here with an entire turkey. So a little bit of thyme. Just going to mix that all up. And then I'm going to take this little bird and get right up. What I want to do is try and get up under the skin a little bit here. Just pull that skin away up under the breast with my fingers. And I'm going to get some of that butter and I'm going to put it right up under there so that I get all those wonderful flavors of the thyme and the salt and pepper way up under the skin so that that can roast nicely. And then we're going to rub the outside of that with a little of this as well. And of course, if I was doing a turkey, we'd be covering it up at first so that it will not burn too terribly.
Cover it with
With some aluminum foil. I take
Okay.
these little wings and I tuck them underneath backwards this way so that it sits up nice. I'm going to put a tiny bit of olive oil down here and push it around, and we're going to let this little guy roast right in our oven. I've got an oven all preheated here. Just have to remind me when it comes out not to touch that handle because I'll get an awful burn. Okay, you're doing
looks like
well
we're
there.
almost done here.
Great. Get rid of a couple of things here. Now, this is sausage and chestnuts, so I've got my chestnuts handy. Got them all peeled and roasted. Just chopping those. This is my all-time, well, one of my favorite stuffings. The other stuffing that I like is what we call Nana's stuffing, which is my mother-in-law's stuffing, and it's mostly cheese.
Oh, really? 'Cause
Mostly cheese
I
and a little bread.
I do an Italian sausage, but I didn't put the chestnuts in, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where I love chestnuts, so I always kind of incorporate all the things I like, and we always have chestnuts around Halloween. We have them around Halloween also, around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's one of the things I just put in there because I like all those ingredients plus the chestnuts. We're going to add a little bit of golden raisins,
That's what I add too.
and we're going to add pistachios to the pistachio rice pilaf, and our rice to the rice pilaf.
That sounds good.
And I'm constantly getting rid of stuff, as you can see. Okay, now going to add our stuffing in here.